Moonlight Nana. Hello everyone, I'm Moonlight Nana and this is my 12th Medibang Paint Pro tutorial video. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope it can help you start off your first step in your digital art journey. In the previous tutorial video, I explained about the gradient tool and touched a bit about the bucket tool's tolerance function as well as the delete layer feature of the layer window. For this Medibang Paint Pro tutorial video, I will explain the select tool, lasso tool, magic wand tool, select pen tool, and select eraser tool. These are a lot to cover in a single tutorial video, so let's get started right away. As an introduction, the 5 tools I will be covering in this Medibang Paint Pro tutorial video all have the same purpose, which is to select a specific object or space that are separated from the other objects to make editing easier. The 5 tools have their own ways to fulfill this purpose, and we'll try them all out in a single Medibang Paint Pro tutorial video. Let's start with the select tool over here. Click on this and the cursor will turn into an arrow with a dotted square line, as you can see on the screen. Now take a look at its function bar. You'll notice that the function bar for the select tool is very much the same like that of the fill tool. The only difference is that instead of the opacity item, the select tool's function bar has the add a selection item at its far end. Since the select tool is almost similar to the fill tool, you can bet that the way to use it is the same. It's only the outcome that is different. So let's try out the select tool. I'll click and drag to form a rectangle over here. Once released, the rectangle formed just now will be highlighted. The rest of the canvas is dimmed. The highlighted area of the canvas means that the space is being selected, while outside of the highlighted area, which is covered in blue hue, means that it is not selected, thus no changes or any effects whatsoever can be done on it. Now focus on this highlighted area. Within this space or area, you can draw, edit, or do other stuff in it without worrying that other areas outside of the highlighted space be affected. For the first example, I'll draw a line using the brush tool. I'll start by drawing from the outside and into the highlighted area. You'll see that the line is only drawn inside of this highlighted area, even though I drew on the same canvas, on the same layer, with the same line. But only the change inside of this highlighted area is registered. But then yeah, so this is it lah, the function of the select tool. Let's try the eraser tool. On the highlighted area now, I erase this much, but only those inside of the highlighted area are being erased. No changes on the part of the canvas covered in blue hue. Just the highlighted area is affected. Let's demonstrate this again with the eraser lasso tool this time. I'll select this big area to erase, and you can see on the screen the lasso that I create. Now when I release it, only the part inside of the highlighted area is erased. Can you get how this works now? The same thing would happen when we use the shape brush tool to draw, like so. You can see that the line is outside of the highlighted area and this one is inside the highlighted area. Now when I complete the line, only the ones inside the highlighted area is drawn on the canvas. And the same thing would go for the dot tool. So I hope that this is clear now. Now if this is clear, we'll move on with the move tool. What would happen then if I use the move tool upon this highlighted area? Okay, let's find out. I select this highlighted area and move it to another place. As you can see, whatever drawing or colors that was inside of the highlighted area has moved following the space. Let's try moving it again. and this time you see that there is a void left in the previous place. This is because the color or the object that at that place has been moved. Thus it is obvious that this space is now left transparent. Now if you keep moving the highlighted space, then more empty spaces will appear. Are we clear about the move tool? If so, I'll continue with the rest of the tools. We have the fill tool, which works the same way. You can even put two colors in it, like so. And then we have the bucket tool. To put on the bucket, you can't select put colors or fill colors outside of the highlighted area. And then finally the gradient tool over here, which you can use to make gradients, like so. Okay, let's make the canvas return to normal. Now if you want the canvas to return to normal, select back the select tool over here, and then you can check out the function bar and go for this deselect item. Click on it, and now the highlighted space is gone and there's no blue hue anymore. The reset item over here doesn't do anything, so let's just skip this and take a look at the final item of the select tools function bar, which is the add a selection item. Now I'll demonstrate this on this canvas. And now, so first of all, I'll select a space over here, like so. And then now I want to select a second space, so I'll make one more selected space over here. See, now the first selected space over here is gone. So how do I select two different spaces at the same time? The answer is to use the add a selection item. To use this item, select the first space first, which is this space, and then click on the add a selection item. When you see a tiny plus sign at the cursor, then you can select a second space. So for the second space, I'll go for eclipse, and then I'll make an ellipse over here. And there you have it, two selected spaces. You can go ahead and make more selected spaces, just as long as you see the tiny plus sign under the cursor. Okay, I hope you can keep up by at this point. So we move to the next tool, which is the lasso tool. This tool has the same as the select tool. The difference is in terms of its flexibility usage. The select tool just now can only select a space like you could with the fill tool, like this. We got ellipse, and we've got a rectangle, and also you can do a polygon. But with the lasso tool, you can make more flexible spaces with more specifics, detail, and complexity. So I'll deselect this first, and using the lasso tool, I'm going to draw a flower. Alright, now I'll add a selection and do one here, like so. Okay. Now if you make a mistake in selecting an object or space, you can always undo it. Alright, and then so now this is the highlighted space. From here on, I can draw or edit anything I'd like. Okay, I can draw, edit, erase without affecting those outside of the highlighted space, which is the one covered in blue hue. Now I don't need to demonstrate this again. It has the same effect as the select tool I showed you just now. The only difference with the lasso tool is that this one has more selection flexibility. Alright, so let's move on to the magic wand tool. I'll First deselect this. Now this is the magic wand tool. The magic wand tool's function and purpose is the same as the select tool and the lasso tool. The difference lies in how it is used. Using the magic wand tool is the same as using the bucket tool. You might also notice that the function bar for the magic wand tool is the same as the bucket tool, with just the extra add a selection item at the far end over here. Now let's try out the magic wand tool. I'll click on the blue and see that the whole blue is highlighted. I'll click this add a selection item and then I'll select the yellow stripe this time, and it is instantly highlighted together with the blue one. The whole strip is selected. Why? Because it is filled with a solid color. Remember that the magic wand tool works similarly like the bucket tool. To demonstrate this, I'll apply a gradient of white, white and foreground transparent, like so. Alright, and now I'll deselect this, and then I'll try to select the area, this stripe, using the magic wand tool again. Now when I click the blue to select it, the highlighted area didn't cover the whole strip like it did before. The same will go for the yellow. And now you see that both of the stripes just now was completely filled, but however this time it is only filled up to this space. The selected area is only up to this this much. Why did it become like this? The answer is because of the different color mixes. I have explained about this in the previous Medibang tutorial video, so I will not explain again about this thing. Now, when this kind of thing happens, you know that it can be settled by tweaking the tolerance scroll up here. Now, I'll put this, I'll tweak it to this much, and then deselect this, then, oh, the whole other stripe is also selected. Now, like so. Oh, ignore that. And then so you can have the whole stripe selected when you tweak the tolerance up here. But this one is like the tolerance was too strong that it selected even the one up here. But anyway, you get the idea. So there you have it, the magic wand tool, which works similarly to the bucket tool. There are two more tools that must be covered in this video. Let's get right on with this. The next tool is the select pen tool. Again, this tool have the same function and purpose as the select tool, lasso tool, and the magic wand tool. The only difference is in the way to use it. The select pen tool works similarly to the brush tool, and you should when you're using the select pen tool, you should make sure the type of brush selected in the brush window before using it, because the type of brush influences the way the selected area is highlighted. Right now I want it set to drawing pen. Let's try the select pen tool. I'll draw a full heart shape over here, a little field in like so, and then I'll draw another heart shape. It's just the line like so. Okay, look here, the color of the select pen tool's ink is red hue. This red hue ink shows the pre-selected area. It is not yet truly drawn on the canvas. As you can see in the navigator window, the red hue is not shown, and the same goes with the small image down in the layer window. Remember, the red hue ink is only to select the area. Now that I've drawn the selected area in the form of a heart shape, this one is filled, and a line heart shape, I just need to select any other tools on the tools bar, and then the red hue ink just now automatically turns into the highlighted area. And as usual, I can draw, edit or erase anything within this highlighted area. I hope this one is clear and that you get it. So we can move on to the last tool of this group, which is the select eraser tool. Let me undo this first. Alright, the select eraser tool over here has a function and purpose that is completely different from the select tool, lasso tool, magic wand tool and the select pen tool. However, it is still related to selecting an area. The select eraser tool functions to erase the selected area. To demonstrate the select eraser tool, let me select areas first using all the other selecting tools that we've covered just now. First was the select tool. I'll select an oval shape over here, and then I'll add another one, make it a heart shape over here using the lasso tool, and then I'll go for the magic wand tool. And remember to always have the selection in place. Now I'll click on the selection. Where's the selection? Alright, and then I'll click on the orange here, and then using the select pen tool over here, I'll write a number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Alright, so remember the red hue ink is the pre-selected area. Now if you want to check out the highlighted area, just simply click on any of the tools up here and you'll see that these are the selected areas. Now you've seen the highlighted area. I can then proceed to demonstrate the select eraser tool, which is over here. Now when I click the select eraser tool, the highlighted area just now becomes the red hue ink back again. I'll erase the lower half of this ellipse, and then for the star I'll erase just parts of it like this. And what else? Oh, over here the orange just now I'll erase in the form of words. And as for the ones over here, I'll erase the number 2. Now that I've shown that the select eraser tool erases the select pen tool just now, let's check out how it will look like with during the highlighted area. Now you see here, this is what happens when we use the select eraser tool. We already erased part of the selected area just now, so it works on the select tool, which is this one just now, and the lasso tool, the magic wand tool and the select pen tool. Thus the function, purpose and how to use the select eraser tool. It is quite different from the other selection tools, but it's still related to it. Alright, so that's it for the explanation of tools that are related to area selection, namely the select tool, lasso tool, magic wand tool, select pen tool and select eraser tool. What I've shown and demonstrated using these selection tools is just the basic, and in the future tutorial videos I will be showing you how to use the tools we learned today in a more complex way. So get used to using these selection tools because they're super important and useful when you draw digitally. When your foundation and basic skills in using these tools are good enough, you will then naturally move on to using them with more complexity, with combination of more than one function, setting, item, technique and many more. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial video of Medibang Paint Pro. Please like this video and subscribe to Moonlight Nana channel or follow me on Facebook. Together we help each other out in our art journey. Have a blessed day ahead, everyone.